Hello, everybody. Welcome, Rosa Psych Investigator. So right now it's 6:07 p.m. And guys, what a day it has been. Wow. So I don't even know where to start. So let's do the protection right away. So I like to ask for protection, a beautiful ray of light coming on top of my head as I breathe in. I feel my lungs as I breathe out. I create a circle. I create a circle. I step into it. I step into it. I feel protected. I feel connected. I'd like to ask that information come only from the highest sources. They create the good. So, right, let me make sure that I have. I was looking for something here. I don't know, guys. I don't want to put it here. Just some tool. So, wow. I'm just gonna, what, grab a crystal, and I'll be right back so we can start. So, by now, I'm sure you have all seen that Charlie Kirk has passed away, and he was a very far right commentator. I think he was one of those people that I'm looking for something. I'm sorry. He was one of the most radical, um, the most radical far right people that he was ironically very against gun control and all that. And so he was speaking at a not conference, some sort of public event, open air event, and actually he was shot. And then if you go to social media, you see that there's so many right wing bots, kind of like, oh, it's Democrats, it's the left, blah blah blah, and honestly, and even I saw the wife of Stephen Miller saying it's like they're exploiting his death, right? It's almost like that's the one thing they really wanted. And I guys, I don't want to like honestly, I know this is so controversial right at this very moment that I don't even want to like I don't want to like get into like, oh, was it? Because I saw some comments like, oh, is he involved? Is trash involved in this? It's just I'm not gonna I'm not gonna go there right now. It doesn't make sense. It's just not because I don't think there may be a possibility. Who knows, right? I haven't looked into it. Actually, in fact, I feel him already like shocked at having crossed over and like seeing that how his so-called friends may have contributed to this somehow. Okay, but it's going to take time. All right. So, anyways, so basically, it is what this is a situation. Okay, and they're fomenting violence and division, right? And of course, this Trump, for example, did not mention what happened in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Well, we know that. But it was really honestly sad to see that all those right wing people, and some of them I really cannot stand. They're like, oh, it's almost as if this is a perfect opportunity. They're looking for something like this to act, right? But then as I was having these thoughts, I also got this like information, it felt like information that they're not going to succeed, that they may try to, whatever it is, use it as some kind of excuse, but it's not going to go very far. Okay. And just to stay in the lights. Okay. And like, guys, honestly, like I said, I don't want to know. I'm not going to look at, we know that he has passed, that there was a shooter. Okay. And that's it for now. I don't want to give this a lot of like, because it's going to become just because of seeing all the bots out there, it's going to become crazy how with so many inflammatory, like it's going to be one of those issues. They're going to use it to you know what I mean, as like a false blame thing. You're going to see a lot of bots that like picking this up and pushing this. Okay, so again, it's just like it's a does it make sense? It feels like a distraction, like from the main topic, which is Trump working for Russia and the Epstein files, right? So this is that, but it's telling me, it's take it easy one day at a time. And it showed me this image of a bottle, like when somebody's making a cocktail, the cocktail shaker, like We're shaken up. We're being shaken up. Okay, and to hold on to simplest uh, routines you have. Okay, the simplest things, and uh, and so that's that. Oh, oh my god! Oh, didn't break. Thank God. So, so this is that, and again, guys, the makeup it really does. It's like too much makeup on. You see, but it gives me comfort right now. It's coming somehow. So, anyway, so this is the story um, of this event. So, let me ask Spirit here, what is going on this earth? And wow, I see them. I see shows me Trump pressing buttons and using it to try to change the vibrations and the just it's like the devil essentially keeping himself in power. That's the effort, but it doesn't seem so effective. Okay, so why is it? How is this going to develop? Oh, I see the Heil Hitler thing. Oh, whatever thing. Uh, and like the making things much more. Try to make things more. Whatever. The country. Second World War, like in the sense of like this is a perfect situation to make it more fascist, right? But then I see that the Russia thing, Russia, the way he will this whole thing, the attack on Poland, I think it will be his downfall in the sense that he's discovered, right? I'm not discovered, we know that, but he's gonna not try to do everything he can to make Russia look innocent when they obviously are not innocent, right? So, so, so that's the situation, okay? So, so that's I still see that they're going over, and that they're trying to create as much, like as many. They try to create some sort of excuse to escalate, right, against the population. And honestly, guys, I have to say, I'm very sorry to say, and I see that this guy, the Charlie guy, is like on the other side, like shocked at what he's observing. That I think it's possible that some people on his side may have orchestrated it somehow to kind of like create a. Doesn't make sense. Like there's just something weird about this. Um, I don't. Yeah, I just don't pick up. It doesn't make sense, guys. It's just something like I think this whole assassination situation was designed, was like by design to create chaos and instability if possible. But I feel like they will be caught, these people, and you know how, for example, the people who are try to kill Trump, but killed strangers, right? There were victims to the so-called Trump assassinations, right? But we never hear about them. There's no discussion of these people, right? So, so that's what it feels like, that there's something somewhat similar, and like in people inflamed, and it could even be that it's like indirectly, okay, even if it's not direct, something like there's a lot of people that are like mentally unstable, that if triggered they're capable of being like almost programmed to do something like this, okay? So it's kind of like that. They're trying to push. I see this. I see Rosa. They're very close to massive losses in Russia and the whole Ukraine thing, right? And this whole thing, including their attack on Poland and this attack on this kid, not kid, he's 31, Charlie Kirk, was a way to kind of try to like flip the emotion so that they have an excuse to then take over. But I don't see it happening completely. Okay. So 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 this is that. Okay, I feel like they're gonna, and this is saying this September is gonna go down in history. A lot of intense events happening, but I ultimately don't think that we will. Uh, who's gonna win? That's right. Stay calm, stay indoors. For I'm saying this sounds a little scary, but truly, it's like there's a inflammation. Like, does it make sense? Inflammation. There's like, and by the way, there was the thing that Trump went to the restaurant, and there were these women saying something. Apparently, these women are associated with Russia also. They're like sort of like, um, there's a anyway. I'll do this another time, honestly, because right now I don't want to necessarily look into all the news. Okay. So just to tell you how crazy it is. Oh, guys, by the way, this is a vintage bracelet I've had for I think almost my whole life. I've had I like vintage things, but I really like vintage bracelets for some reason, and I don't really wear them that often. But I started just because I've been working with someone about hypnosis. Uh, oh, to kind of help me, become more organized and whatever living environment. But I feel like the moment that we live is so intense that we want to live our lives as if like we're living the life we want right now, not tomorrow, not yesterday, not what I mean. So even wearing this, being dressed up, even if I'm not going anywhere, if I have mundane things to do, gives me a kind of a upgrade that feels healthy to me. Okay. So I encourage you to do the same because there's so much ugliness in the world. And focusing on things that are pleasurable that make you like look superhero bracelet. Uh, they make you feel good. It uplifts the soul. Okay. So it's saying, okay, so it tells me, well, okay, spirit is now speaking through me. I see. Rosie, let us take over. Let us speak. Let us speak for those of us who see the light, who see the brightness and the possibility of the world. Yes, there's a lot happening in the world. You notice that the orange man has transformed televisions. He has transformed a lot of the screens, and those screens are not able to share the moments of greatness, the moments of beauty. It tends to focus on hatred and division. At this moment, try to limit your screen time and try to create a screen. Even in your own home, you can draw a little screen and touch it so that you create an exercise for yourself that you could see the things, focus on the things you are seeing and that you can create. And that will give you a sense of empowerment because things are hard at this moment. It's not to say that they're not happening as they are happening. However, this is the moment when you have to exercise your power as a human being, your power as a visualizer. And everyone has the ability. You don't have to be quote unquote psychic. You don't have to be wealthy. You don't have to do, you just have to be human to draw something like a screen and touch it and see the things I'm seeing on the screen that I'm projecting onto this screen will come to pass. Peace in the world, peace in the US, justice, and the end of the orange blob of stolen rain. Okay. So this is that. And okay, so let's see. Tell me more. As far as Kamala, yes, Rosie, we're going to talk about the fact that Kamala's book, there's an excerpt on the Authentic magazine. A lot of people are going to try to exploit what she said about people around Biden, but don't take it seriously. Don't just say, don't let the division again, just focus on the truth coming out, the fact that she won the election and the truth coming out and she being reinstated and or recognized for everything she is. So that's the thing to focus on at this moment instead of giving them the fuel of division. That's you don't want. You want to close your eyes, look inside and focus on the outcome you want to see in the world. And that's the best way to energize yourself, to surround yourself with beauty and animals, flowers, seeing the earth. So going for walks, experiencing the world in 3D form as opposed to however it is translated through this screen. And it's saying the future, in the distant future, there will be a lot more. Like, yes, we will have technology, but the human side will be emphasized because there's a lot of power in reaching the population and creating events and manipulating people. So, okay. Now, again, guys, this is just, I'm just doing a kind of a quick update again without all the details. And you saw that I need to organize this actually about the NATO, what happened with NATO. There's a lot of information. So I was listening to one of those war channels, and they have so much has gone on there. It's more than drones. There's missiles involved. Russians went into the airspace of Lithuania. It's a lot. So Poland invoked Article 4, which is essentially, from what I understand, I have looked into it very, very deeply into the factual information surrounding this, that Article 4 is about NATO coming together to discuss what happens, to come to an assessment. And apparently then after that, you have Article 5. So Article 5 has not been, what you call it, right? Called or whatever. So this particular channel thought that didn't think that this was going to happen. The channel Article 5, but it's the most serious action NATO has taken since the war. I think the World War II, something like that. Like, I don't know, is that what it was created after? But it doesn't make sense. It's like it's maybe the biggest thing that has ever happened. Is it really? I don't know. Is it, since it's the most radical thing that they have had to deal with? And I see that it shows me as I tell you guys this, is saying those people are deluded. That country, right? And they're being like hubris, right? It's like they're so arrogant they think they can get away with everything until they can't. So it's saying it may be a time of fear, but don't be afraid. Stick to faith. Okay, faith and stability of the world. Okay, so so this is it. Okay, so this is just a quick message for now. And I may come back later, but I need to really I want to organize all the information. And okay. All right. So thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later.